Welcome to the Iberian Property Talks. We are pleased to have with us Javier Hortelano, Managing Director and Partner, the Catella Asset Management in Iberia. And my first question, sorry for being tough, is a $1 million question. With all this stop of the economy, what is your forecast, or how do you foresee the second half of the year? What can be the investment volume in Spain?
Well, first of all, hello everybody. I hope that everyone is feeling healthy and managing well this period of time that we are living right now. Regarding your question, Antonio, I am very happy that you make that question to me, as it's quite easy to answer. No? I would really love having a clear view on what's going to happen. It's very obvious that the economy is going to be stopped for a significant period of time, and we have been this lockdown for more than 2 months already. And as you can imagine, the economy will not restart in a very fast way. So my best guess is that Q2 and Q3 of 2020 are going to be very, very slow in terms of transactions. And in the contrary, in the last quarter, we may see even a bit more activity than compared to other years. So hard to predict. If you ask me to give you one figure, I would say that the investment volume 2020 will be around 30% below what we had in previous years. I would say that will be a bracket between 20 and 40. My best guess around 30% below.
Who will be the most active investors in the market? There will be again the time of opportunistic investors, or do you believe core investors still be in the market and will not leave the market?
I think that the market is going to provide opportunities for all different pockets that you have mentioned, not just because of the intrinsic risk of a single asset, but also depending upon which asset class, depending upon which sector of the real estate spectrum you are considering. You may think of core assets that are within significantly impacted sectors in the short run, or on the contrary, you could see more value add, which belong rather to safer asset classes. So my view is that we more core plus investors in terms of total investment volume compared to value add, for different reasons, among others, that price correction will take a while, and that period of time is the one that more opportunistic investors need to come back to the market. And also because if we look at individual lot sizes, value add deals tend to be relatively smaller compared to core plus. So in summary, room for everybody. In terms of investment volume, I would say that core plus would take the biggest part of the market.
What do you believe will be the most hurted segments, and one that might will be winners among this crisis? What is your bet?
I think that as a general statement, the real estate sector is much better prepared, is much fitter than what we were in the previous crisis. And that should be taken into consideration. I think that the companies are very professional, all the market stakeholders. In general, companies are better financed. Banks have been providing over the last few years, in general also, relatively lower loan-to-value amounts. So I would say that the companies, we are all better prepared, and that will have an impact on how we manage the crisis. That's one. Then
Yes.
when we look within the different sectors,
Yes.
well,
Exactly.
it's quite obvious. It's quite obvious that those activities that you cannot perform while you are at home are suffering significantly in the short run. So it's not that. It's quite obvious, I would say, that if we cannot travel, the hospitality business is suffering tremendously because we cannot go to a hotel. If you cannot visit a shopping center, you guess that is also very, very much hit in the short run. Having said that, and those are the segments that the most people tend to agree, no? That are the most severely hit in the short run. Having said that, we also need a little bit of time for the dust to settle. When you are in the middle of a crisis, sometimes you tend to be over negative, so to say. So we need a little bit of time and a little bit of distance to properly judge the impact. And also, at the same time, the world is not going to change completely. I mean, we will get out of this. We will continue traveling. We will continue enjoying leisure at home and also outside home. We will continue doing our shopping in a nice shopping center. So it's not that just because we have had our shopping centers closed for 2 months, this product is going to disappear. Not at all. Not at all. There will be room for good assets to perform nicely once we are allowed to go out of, let's say, of our homes. So yes, to answer to your question, in the short run, those are quite hit, and I would say that at the same time, the most resilient tend to be all that goes around logistics and resi and offices, no? And all then we have to analyze those deepest. But those would be like the two ends of the spectrum.
Okay. Retail, I know, is especially close to your heart and to your professional experience. Shopping centers were already a little bit out of radar of some more Anglo-Saxonic kind of investors, but shopping centers in Iberia still perform well. So, what is your view for the shopping center industry?
My view is exactly what you say, Antonio. I think that for sure there is room for shopping centers to continue doing nicely in the future. It's true that COVID is somehow accelerating some underlying trends that we were already living in the recent past. And everyone talks about digitalization, no? To me, it's not only digitalization. For me, it's integration of the online and of the offline. So it's not that we are going to move from physical retail to online, not at all. It's the same topic that we were discussing over the last few years. We have to make sure that the consumer can have a nice journey navigating through the internet and visiting a shopping center. So shopping centers need to integrate new technology. Shopping centers need to integrate new ways of purchasing, and at the same time, the pure online retailers need to show their product, and you want to touch the brand. So this will continue, and there is room for nice centers to keep performing nicely. At the same time, it's not only about digitalization. It's also, when you talk about retail, it's also about the new consumer. It's the consumer of the 21st century. And so there are other changes that were with us before COVID, maybe are accelerating throughout this couple of months and will continue, but no doubt that a nice center that serves the needs of the catchment will keep performing well in the future.
But with this COVID crisis, digitalization will speed up, meaning we were in a trend for a more digital economy, but these 2 months of being at home working with more technology will make things faster.
Yes and no. Yes and no. Will make things faster in the short run, for sure. And at the same time, we are all watching the news and we all want to find out when we can go out to meet some friends and to talk to some people. It's very nice to be able to work at home, and it's very nice that maybe you can stay at home once a week or 2 days a week, and the rest of your time you go back to the office. And at the same time, you want to meet your friends and you want to have a drink outside in a shopping center or in a leisure center. So, as I said before, I think that the two trends will coexist and will let's say, live together. The growing digitalization together with the human nature to share, to enjoy, to talk, and to meet.
Last word that you might want to leave to our listeners?
Well, I think that each problem brings an opportunity. That's something that I keep always very present in my mind, and that's what we are living now. And there will be some short-term tough impacts, and there will be some very nice opportunities. And if I look at this from well, let's say, with my investment hat, I think that there will be nice opportunities in the market, and it's true that the more complex a market is, the better you have to know the market and know the product to really take advantage and profit from those opportunities. I think that before and after COVID, market will keep performing and there will be room for good professionals, as we have plenty of those in Iberia, to keep on going.
Javier Hortelano, it was a really, really pleasure to have you with us. Many thanks, and we are eager to see you personally again. Many thanks.
Thanks to you, and take care.
Thank you.